Is there anything better than being back on the Monday routine at Roosters talking about an Ohio State football victory? I don't know, but I sure love it. This is Justin Zwick. That's Nicole Cox, Bobby Carpenter. I am Austin Ward. This is the live show at Roosters. We are driven by Tansky Powersports, and probably not a lot of drama, and there wasn't expected to be any on Saturday, Bob. But, Nicole, I know you had a great time watching the Buckeyes win 70-0 over Grambling and get into this race to get better.
It was, you guys, I was way off on my score prediction. You were right. We did score a ton, which was exciting. I mean, it was very exciting.
Which was the most exciting part for you?
It was nice to see some of the players that don't always get to play.
Yeah.
That's what kept me watching towards the end. Just to see what they're capable of and the excitement they had being able to go in. But I guess my biggest question is, why do they do that to Grambling? Like, why does, I started thinking, like, who picked Grambling for us to play? In the sense of, like, I felt bad for them.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I wanted us to win,
nice
whatever.
check.
Okay, so, yeah, I guess let's
That's
clarify.
about what it is, right? Yeah.
Let's clarify all
The
that,
money
because
grab.
it's just like a beating, you know?
Yeah, and I agree with you, Nicole. Like, I don't know if there's really a need to play FCS schools if
There's
you're
not.
Ohio State. I mean, I get the one Youngstown State, as
In-state, an
Keep the
in-state
money
type
home.
thing.
in-state.
Yeah.
But, like, you think about this. We're playing Ohio University this weekend.
Yep.
There's no reason why last week Miami, Ohio is playing – they play Rutgers again, too.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of MAC schools in the state of Ohio that you could play, and that could suffice for that. And I think a lot of people would say, listen, we'd rather have our big game, and then let's play Akron and Toledo.
Yes.
Or play Ohio and Miami, or Bowling Green.
A home and home with Wyoming.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot
There
of
you go.
fans that are from
Yeah.
those areas.
Yes.
That
No,
it's
for
like
sure.
the OU game. I mean,
There's gonna be a ton
to
of
get
people.
tickets for the OU game
It's
is
tough.
almost impossible,
Yeah.
So
Well, they're
When you got kids who are from the state of Ohio who go to a lot of those schools, so it's like,
that's
hey,
what I mean.
come to the shoe and have your day in the shoe type thing.
I've long contended that for being the answer for non-conference basketball. Like, you've got plenty of schools within a 3-hour drive radius and being able to do that. And there's really no need to kind of go outside of that. I mean, any MAC school, you want to play the directional Michigan schools, Ball State, because there's people here that have gone there, and it has that excitement and allure. And also, there's a lot of players from the state of Ohio that aren't necessarily good enough to come to Ohio State, but go to those other schools.
For sure.
And it's an opportunity for them to experience it. Now, those games are usually very emotional, and there's been times where they've been tighter than they should because of that. Yeah. But there's a allure to that more than watching Grambling and literally pick your score. I mean, if you want to score 100, you can
Or
score 100.
FIU or something like that. Like, just keep it in, keep it in the family kind of.
Regionally, that you can get some excitement and people can, be a part of it. And there's a connection, some sort of connection there.
And every now and then you're going to have a team like OU who's looking pretty solid coming into the shoe.
2-0.
I know. It should be 2-0. You got a little excitement for a night game with OU this weekend.
Yeah, and also if you're looking for some excitement, Jay-Z, in your next adventure, you can head to Tansky Powersports, your one-stop shop for ATVs, dirt bikes, golf carts, and more. Whether you're looking for speed, power, or versatility, Tansky Powersports has something for everyone, including you, Bob. With the best brands and expert service, visit Tansky Powersports today at 2491 West Dublin Granville Road, or browse their huge selection online at TanskyPowersports.com. Tansky Powersports, where the adventure begins.
I didn't get side by side.
Then it continues on Tuesday, where Roosters has onion feathers this week.
Shake your onion feathers.
These are my favorite. They're $3 all day long. These appear. I mean, I didn't have Birm give them our color.
We don't know the oil.
Because Birm said that was his least favorite appetizer freestyle.
My kids.
I don't even like onions. I love these things.
I don't know, Nicole, if you can let
my
Birm
kids,
on the show
they
this
don't
week
like
for saying
onions.
that.
But they love
I don't.
It's okay.
I will eat these all
value
day.
his opinion. It's onion feathers aren't for everybody, but they are. I really like them.
What's that sauce called, Bob? I can't remember.
The pluck-you sauce.
Pluck-you sauce, right?
That's right. Yeah. It's been a while. I'm rusty. I know we had some time off. I haven't seen the onion feathers in a while. But if you haven't, you can come to your local participating Roosters.
$3.
Kick to it.
Yeah, $3
they're
on
the
appetizer.
They're light. They're fluffy. I mean, they're crispy. They got everything
They're really
you need.
good.
They're fantastic. Bob, Nicole was talking about getting to see the freshmen, the reserves, the backups come in the second half. You don't get to do that unless the starters handle business early, and they did.
And so I was talking with Matt Patricia, and he was at a real loss of understanding how he's asking you the same question, Nicole. Why are we
what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What do we do? Why are we playing these guys?
I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
It's like, how much do I show? And so the message is to your guys, so we talked about last week, come out. Number one, everyone walk off the field.
Mm-hmm.
And check box.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, everybody do your job really well.
Yeah.
And don't put anything bad. Don't have any bad habits. Don't do anything that.
Don't get lazy. Go out and take care of business.
Do what you're supposed to do. Don't try. He goes, don't make it be a stat game. And that's the reality. Like, the stats will come. You're going to beat your guy, but don't try to do something that is going to jeopardize your teammates at doing that. So everything I think was achieved. They went out. I said go 4 for 4. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns, 4 3-and-outs. Now they did muster a little drive on defense one time, and their kicker I think is the same one the Browns had. I think he went up to Cleveland and kicked the next day.
He just stayed over.
Said, hey, you know what? We're gonna
I'm gonna go to Cleveland and get some work in tomorrow.
You go kick up there. But outside of that, I mean, he gave up kind of one drive. But pitching a shutout is a big deal. And there was no explosive gains, really. There was a pass here or there, but there wasn't anything you're like, oh, gosh, what's going on? It wasn't like you were Clemson playing Troy, or there were some games drifting around. You're like, this is not how it's supposed to look.
Or Florida losing a non-conference.
Well, listen, don't besmirch the great Russian Alex Golich.
That's right.
Dublin
He's got him going down there.
Dublin Kaufman alum.
Scioto, I think.
Did you go to Scioto?
I think I saw Scioto.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's been a while. It's been a lot of years since he came in. He was there.
He's our age.
Yeah, I mean, he was there maybe my senior year. Maybe you missed him, but he was a GA my senior year, I believe, in 06.
Did he stay
At
on
Ohio
as a
State.
GA? He was a student assistant. He was pad boy.
So he was there when you were there.
Yes.
All right. I didn't know if he was there a couple years. I thought he was my
student.
senior year.
Maybe he became a GA.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, what's his name?
Alex
Alex
Golich.
Oh, yeah, I don't recognize that.
He was. It's the best story ever. I've still not asked him how he escaped, but he was born in Moscow.
Oh.
Like, it doesn't even make sense. But he grew up here. I don't know how they smuggled him across the
It's
wall.
not
Or what.
smart.
Seems like we need to get him on the show.
You weren't allowed to leave Soviet Union back then. I mean, he's our age. This isn't like now.
Soviet Union leaves you.
Yes, so he came here, but I said watching his ascension, and I love talking to him because he had a trust deal, and I don't know if you saw it, like answering a question. Someone asked him about how you soaking in the wins and everything, because you could argue they have the best 2 wins of anybody in the country.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Beating the heck out of
of a
Boise
start,
State,
yeah.
and then obviously what they did to Florida on the road. And he's like, there's no like soaking in, because I just look at all of the people that have helped me get here to this. It's like for the group. All the people that have helped me get here, the coaches that have stayed, the players that have stayed when they could have left, the guys who chose to believe in me and the opportunities. He's like, my question is just how can I serve them better? Like, how can I make sure that they've got what they need? And it was very Tressel-esque in his answer.
I love that.
And it was awesome. But I'm like, this guy is the hottest thing cooking right now in college football. And I just take a lot of pride because, I mean, he was the guy out there, like, setting up the bags.
Worked his way up.
For the defensive lineman. Like, dragging around. And now this guy, I mean, not saying he wants to leave there, but I mean, if they have a great year,
He will certainly have opportunities.
I saw a picture of him with a gator on his shirt. I said, "That's not the right school."
like that one lady from Alabama that said,
If I win the Powerball, first 70 mil, going to get him out of here.
we'll get that red-haired fellow out of South Florida. He knows how to beat the Gators. Bring him in.
Yeah. Great that we could start off with some winner's manual as well. Now I really feel like we're back.
Oh yeah.
But Jay-Z,
The group.
Those starters have to get the work done if the rest of that group is going to play. They did that.
Yeah, they did. I mean, what was 16 of 16 on air, which
Well,
kind of was.
The ball never
yeah,
did
well,
hit the ground.
the ball never hit the ground all
Right.
day. But to be able to do that, that's impressive. I mean, you're going against
It's a record.
guys
It's a
who have
record.
scholarships or
Coach,
whatever. And
We watched Arch bury some in the dirt on guys that were open. It
Yeah,
wasn't
100%.
like, I mean,
yeah.
you're playing a better team.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
still
So it's hard to do, and to start out that way, and it kind of, I don't want to say it reminds me of CJ or Justin, but the ball placement. It was just so easy for these guys to catch the ball. I mean, it's just right there. I don't think maybe there's a ball or two against Texas that wasn't great, but for the most part, he's putting everything on the money.
I don't know if there was. Like, the one incompletion to Jeremiah should have been a pass interference call. It feels like everything was maybe the one outside of the interception in 2 games was the screen that was blown up on that third down, Bob. They kind of threw that in the dirt.
Yeah, but
to avoid a
regardless,
situation.
Yeah, regardless, I mean, he's around 80% completion percentage with 3-4 drops that we should have had. It's just what a great start to the year. So, I mean, he did what he was supposed to. They let him, open it up a little bit. It's 300 yards passing. I mean, in a half of football, that's not bad. So, yeah, they took care of business. And then it was fun to really see the younger guys. I agreed with Nicole on that. Just we have so much talent. And it's just fun. I mean, no matter what, they almost look like the third string or whatever you want to call them was just as good as the starting lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, they just continued to roll. And, that's what you love to see because we're going to lose a lot of guys in the NFL next year too, and we just need these young guys to get that experience and be ready to go when their time's called.
Like watching Bryson Rogers out there, who stayed, who's worked really hard, returning punts.
I think he needs to be
balls.
returning more punts.
Yeah, I mean, he looks very good doing it, and then also good, like to see Lincoln Keynotes. He's really good. I'm like, it wasn't. I mean, yes.
Imagine that, Bob.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah, they weren't lying to us. There's a quarterback competition. The guy can.
He's gonna look the part out here, and all the receivers looked the part. Riley Pettijohn had a great game on defense. That was awesome because I watched the game with Jermaine Matthews' mom and Bianca, and she's a treat. I'll tell you this.
If Jermaine is her son,
Yeah,
I can only imagine.
You know where he gets the juice.
Yeah.
It is from her, and it was awesome.
I couldn't decide after the game whether Bob was going to like this more or you or Nicole, but Ryan Day just hammering this race to get better.
Yes.
It's like that sounds like a coaching point that Bob will love, and Nicole will just embrace that for the whole team mentality, and Ryan Day finding a new way to motivate. So I don't know. You two can fight over it. I know you love it.
I do. I mean, I was just going to say with everybody out there, the confidence. The only phrase I can come up with is like cool, calm, and collected. Like there isn't this panic of
the 3 C's.
Pressure on them, and I don't know which could have happened because they won the national championship. They could feel like, oh boy, we've got to live up to that. And they're not. They're taking it one game at a time. They're being smart, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Race is on.
I like it because people always talk about the national championship race and this and that. Like, it really is like, are we getting better every week?
Yes.
There was things they need to clean up in Texas. There's going to be stuff you had to clean up from that game.
For sure.
And there's going to be some things this week. Ohio University, watching how they played, there's going to be some plays that they'll make that they'll have to keep cleaning up, and it's just a function of, are you making the same mistake twice? Are you working to get better every day? Like, pick something, figure out a way to continue to improve. And it's the submission to the process. Not every day is going to be perfect, but hey, we think we have a process that's pretty good. Maybe we're always tweaking it, trying to improve it. And if we always do this, the results will eventually take care of themselves. Maybe not in a minute by minute, but over the course of time, we will be where we need to be.
Yeah, that was a big step forward to that. And Nicole, to that first part of your question, like, you're finding opponents to fill out the schedule. If you have Texas at the start, you're going to want at some point, whether it's a MAC opponent or you have to dip into FCS to figure out what's going on to fill out every date. Like, you do need some of these opportunities to grow and get experience. Like the backups and the freshmen did not play at all against Texas, so that was the benefit to having Grambling here. Would it have been better to see a more competitive outing? I thought Grambling tried really hard. Like, they ran, they got creative on offense at times. They tried on
they run a lot of different stuff.
We've seen a ton of teams, Jay-Z, come in here and just try and run the ball 3 times and take up 5 minutes and get out of there as fast as possible. I think it's worth reiterating. Grambling at least tried to give Ohio State its money's worth.
Yeah, they didn't just come lay down, and it's something. It's more to Ohio State's credit of being able to. I don't want to say get up for this game, but to get up for this game and just do what you're. Talent-wise, you outmatch them.
Right.
You should be able to do anything you want. So that tends to at times gets guys lazy. I don't have to go full. I'll get this guy. It's no big deal. They didn't do that, and so I think that's huge for just a young team like this to know they have a game that they should take care of business, and they went out and did exactly that.
A bunch of Buckeyes did. You're absolutely right.
Buckeyes
and that gives us more options yet again for some Roosters Buckeye leagues. Nicole's notebook is bursting with options. Where will we begin?
Well, obviously Jeremiah Smith, I liked that.
That
was a record, right? That was the longest.
Second longest.
Second. What was the record?
It was the longest
90
passing touchdown in the horseshoe.
In the shoe,
Okay.
Of 87 yards. And the longest of all time was Kenny Guyton to Devin Smith against Cal, I believe in 2013, I'll know.
Okay.
That sounds
But
great.
in the shoe, I mean, we were just making all kinds of,
It's 100 years old.
close to records, just like the amount of passing yards in the first half was
you want-
comparable to CJ. Liberty
was there. I got to interrupt, Nicole. I just remembered this because I was coming home from the game and she was talking about that play as well. She loves Jeremiah. She had her Jeremiah T-shirt on, and I said, "No, that was the second longest play." And she said, "Yeah, because Jack had that touchdown against the Cotton Bowl." I said, "Well, that doesn't actually count." But
love
I'm
it.
really
I love it.
impressed
Yes.
that you said that.
I'm impressed
That was
too.
99 yards.
Yes.
I'm so impressed.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't count, but that's really good that you knew that. Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh, it is.
Yeah, she's getting good.
I think I'm gonna say Julian. I picked the whole team last week, I feel like, so I'm sure I picked him too. But again, just going out there, he made it. The other thing, he made the mistake with the interception, and he immediately came off the field and went back to his iPad to look at the play. And that just goes to that mentality, okay, what did I do wrong? And let's fix it and move on to the next play. Not like pouting on the sidelines, not throwing anything. We've all seen that. Just more acting like, all right, let's fix this. And I just feel like the whole team has that mentality of just like what you were saying about how they're going out against this team and they should have just, they could have gotten lazy. But instead, they look at everything as, I just need to go out there and do my job. It really doesn't matter about everything out here, and I love how focused they are. And you can just tell.
Yep.
You can just tell. There's a difference. And every single person on that team, I feel like, looks that way.
Jay-Z, what do you got?
Well, you stole my thunder.
Sorry.
No, I know. I'm gonna give the Buckeye leaf to the entire
I
tight
like
end
it.
room.
Oh,
The tight end room.
Oh, I like
you
Just-
it.
can't take them all.
Why?
I was
5 guys had catches.
I
5 tight
I
ends
was told-
had catches.
Justin, they are claiming in the Woody that is a school record to have 5 tight ends targeted.
You would think.
I
You would
bet
think
there
it. You would think it is.
I have a hard time being able to prove or disprove it, so I'm just gonna accept it.
Well, I accept it as well, and we talk about it a lot because Ryan likes to use these sets with all these different tight ends and everything. I mean, it's really cool to see, and you get him going early with Will down the middle, which I think Julian had about 3 guys he could have thrown the ball to that were both open. But Will gets it started, and Thurman is looking pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, you're able to use him. He's a big body. I mean, I just think we have so many weapons there that I know we have weapons on the outside as well, but it's just nice to have those big guys on the inside there that are doing work for you, and they're doing great blocking and doing everything at the line of scrimmage, and then to give them some passes downfield, a couple touchdowns. I think that's big, so I'll go tight end room.
The week before, Jay-Z, they are also suggesting, again, I can't prove or disprove it, that the number of 12, 13, and 14 personnel groupings, the percentage was the highest of the Ryan Day era. They knew that for sure, and then they just said, maybe in decades.
Maybe in decades.
Maybe in decades.
And that's probably true, too.
And you know what? Everybody we play the rest of the year has to worry about all that. So, I mean, it's just great. It's kind of probably some mind games, too, coaching-wise. Just, all right, we're going to throw a bunch of these tight ends and stuff in for the rest of the year. Everybody has to work on that and practice it. But it's fun to see. I've always been a big fan of the tight end.
And all that's happening with Max Clare, just 2 receptions
Yeah.
through 2
Yes,
games.
I know.
Like, if he gets back to that Purdue-style production, well, look out. I mean, it's good to have options, I suppose.
Yeah, I almost thought that was Bennett Christian on the touchdown. I forgot. I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I just caught it because there were so many scores. There was just so much.
You have to think back to the first
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
That was-
Will
that-
Kazmarek down
I
the
was
slide.
so. I mean, it felt like it was so many touchdowns ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, was that when you said Will? I was like, I thought that was Bennett because Will's 89 and Bennett's 80.
He's 85.
85.
There's a lot of 80s in
A lot
there.
of 80s.
86, 85.
They're all on the
and
field.
then 15. Yeah, I know. They're everywhere.
all out there together.
You got Nate Roberts. He played 25 snaps on
Yeah.
Saturday. So
I guess I'll go mine with Riley Pettijohn. I mean, we'll go
Yeah.
easy there.
Seems-
That's
He
easy.
got Silver Bowl of the week, I think.
Yeah.
Played really well. Didn't get anything in the Texas game, obviously. I'm sure he really wanted to play. Played some special teams, but not on the defensive side. And then you get a chance to see what he can do. Played really well. There's some great clips of him making tackles, running around, and just thought he looked really good for his first outing out there on the defensive side of the ball. And played him and Peyton played a ton in the second half, and you saw TJ get out there and some of the other guys. But it was a lot of fun to watch those guys go out there and play.
I believe, Bob, it was the first snap that Riley Pettijohn was on the field. He gets a tackle. The second snap he's on the field, He picks up a fumble and takes it back for a touchdown. At some
Which was
point
awesome.
in the first 10, he breaks up a pass, and then he forces another fumble. Then the question always comes up when you see performances like that. It's like, well, you got to get Riley Pettijohn more involved. Well, how?
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
are you going to take off?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing when you see those young receivers making plays, some burst out of those after catches, and it's just like, we'd like to see him on the field, but who do you take out? You know.
I was told that the final kickoff coverage unit of the game was all walk-ons. So I don't have the comprehensive list of all 11 that were on the field there, but what a cool moment for them, because I was like, why are these guys celebrating so much? It's just kick deep, and then they're all running through the end zone and just fired up at the end of the game. It's like, I'm ready to go home, but these guys got the opportunity of a lifetime to go out there, run down in the horseshoe. So that was pointed out that everyone that was out there was a walk-on. Cool. So cool opportunity for them. I'll give them a Buckeye lead. I wish I could name all 10 of you guys that covered that, but I don't know. And my roster pretty much only had scholarship players on it, so I don't know. I'm sorry for that, but a very cool opportunity. Yeah. And you might not get that again. And that's another benefit, if you want to call it that, Nicole, of scheduling.
I was just going to say, maybe that's why we play Grambling.
Yeah.
It is. It's good to get the other guys out there so that they can get some plays and get the experience. Again, I wanted the Buckeyes to win. You just felt a little bad for Grambling. I mean, I just felt
their band had a good showing, I heard.
Band was good.
Yeah, band is good. Yeah. Very good.
But I mean, everybody else in the Grambling athletic department should be thanking those players for out there, because
they gave it their.
Well, they're getting physically beat up, Nicole. Like those guys on the defensive line for them. It's not an easy.
That's what I was thinking. Like they're really putting themselves out there to be a part of that.
Taking a lot of hits.
And next up on that row for Ohio State will be the Ohio Bobcats on Saturday night. The spread is out, 33.5, so we have a full week to prepare for that gambling line. Ohio State did cover, by the way, in week 2 against Grambling. Nicole, I know you're very intimately familiar with the Bobcats and what that program can do and all the fun you can have in Athens. What do you think is going to happen on Saturday night when you get Rufus and Brutus tangling yet again?
Gosh,
are they going to fight before the game again?
I'd love to see it. It's a rematch.
Yes.
They keep having these activities where they're incorporating the opposing mascot as part of the new.
They play knocker ball together.
They might have to put those big boxing gloves on them.
Let's go.
33.5 is the spread.
Okay, 49-10.
49-10. All right.
Cover City.
Guys, I haven't been good at my picks lately, so I mean, I'm just going with that. I had something different. I changed it.
Last minute change, huh?
Okay. Mm-hmm. From what? What did we
adjust?
I
had 49-7.
Ooh, okay. Giving them the field goal.
Giving them that late field goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have our napkins out here, but there is a QR code.
There is. It
Birm
should be on the screen.
It's floating around the screen.
Birm's got it.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Birm's got it.
It's over here.
Everybody register. I called the 4 winners last week. They are so excited. I will upload their names onto the website as soon as I get their paperwork signed by them. So very exciting. And again, it's not millions of people, you guys. People get confused, think they shouldn't register.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't win the Powerball if you don't buy a ticket.
You can't win if you don't play.
And these are free.
Yeah.
But
you
this
can
is
enter
better.
for free.
This is better. Like, you have a chance, and that's what I told one of the winners. I was like, you really do have a chance to win. Yeah, you won. He's like, I know. He was so excited. So,
what did they win?
3 packages were to the Minnesota game with pregame field passes and hospitality, and then a trip to the playoff game, whichever playoff game the Buckeyes are in.
Right.
First round.
So right on track for it.
Yeah.
2-0.
2-0.
A third of the way to bowl eligibility.
Best part about being 2-0 is a chance to go 3-0.
You know what else? The number 3 represents appetizer Thursday. It's onion feathers. And I think that covers everything that's going on at Roosters right now.
It is.
So we will let Nicole go about her day. We'll bring in Birm as we continue along here with the live show at Roosters. It is driven by Tansky Powersports. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Welcome back into the live show at Roosters, powered by Tansky Powersports. I got to figure out the right way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different.
Has anybody here ever ridden a dirt bike?
Nope.
I've not ridden.
I have.
Oh boy.
Hey,
How'd it go?
Is there footage of that?
pretty good. No, and my parents would have killed me if they knew I was on that thing. Back in high school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Bobby, you've probably been on one. Being from the stir.
We would ride four-wheelers a lot. My
Yeah, we
parents
did
have-
four-wheelers
We
and
had
stuff,
four-wheelers.
yeah.
Dirt bikes were a
I had a
little
buddy
more,
who had a dirt bike. It was scary.
yeah, dirt bikes are a
Yeah.
little more dangerous. Like
Yeah, a little bit.
four-wheelers, like,
Yeah.
you know, and ours like work ones, they would go like 35, 40.
Mm-hmm.
One of our friends, they had like the Raptors that go like 65, 70.
Oh, my
which
dad.
is-
I had one. It was called the Bear Tracker.
Yeah.
It'd get through anything that you wanted it to, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't go past like 20 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
no.
My dad was like, "You're not getting fast enough."
Crazy
Did
fast.
you ever find any bears?
No, I wasn't ever looked for him.
That's
actually.
too bad.
Then he sold it after my freshman year in high school.
Seems
Oh,
like you were
really?
sold.
Oh yeah, I had
like
that
you
thing
were
for maybe
sold
a
bill of
year.
goods.
And he's like, "Nope, you're not going to be on that. You're not going to hurt yourself."
Yeah, I did flip our four-wheeler one time, which is
That
they
checks
always
out.
said you couldn't do it, and we did.
Oh yeah.
I was amazed. My buddy and we were on it together, and we went over.
Were
like
you
a
riding
little
in the
jump.
back holding on, or were you
I
driving?
was letting him
Okay.
drive, and he landed and turned it, and we like hit wheel sideways, and then I'll never forget. I'm laying there. He's like, "Oh, thank goodness it didn't land on us." He's like, "Hey, get it off my legs." And I was like worried. I like got up, like, did this like break? I'm
Yeah,
like,
something.
all right, I'm still walking. It kind of hurts, but it doesn't. It's not
Yeah.
like bad pain.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, get it up. 'Cause it was like within a sight shot of like our backyard. My parents like, get it off.
Get it
of
off.
me.
Yeah.
They'll never let us ride this thing again. Because they were. I mean, it was cool in high school. We had
For sure.
40 acres, and
Yeah.
you have girls come over, and we go take them for
Yeah.
rides, and that was like a fun thing.
Well,
Sounds-
the important thing to know is that if you're going to Tansky Powersports to buy something fun to play with,
Yeah.
ride responsibly.
Of
Don't
course.
listen to Bob.
Please
Or
play responsibly.
It sounds like Tansky probably needs to give us all some lessons.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe.
As
Yeah,
they-
that'd be good.
I think
The good
loan
news
us out
is
some
we
equipment.
never wore helmets.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
never. Yeah. Why would
Super.
That was never a thing in the
Not back in the day.
90s, 80s, and 90s. No
riding
helmets.
backs of pickup trucks and
That-
no helmets?
That
People
changed after we were all kids.
That's what my mom like. They need to wear helmet. My wife, they need to wear helmets. I'm like, on their bikes. I'm like, dude, they're going like 15. I go, we used to ride four-wheelers like 45 miles an hour through our woods.
We had lawn darts.
Yeah,
I mean,
like actual with the
Yeah.
spikes.
Yeah.
that you would literally throw at your sibling.
That would kill them. If,
Yeah.
if you got hit with a steel
Right
lawn
there.
dart,
It's probably happened
it
before.
would be like
yes.
getting hit with an arrow. It's kind of how Grambling felt.
So Jay-Z didn't find any bears, but we did find a Birm. He's here. Who would you award a Buckeye leaf?
See, I mean, I want to give it to Julian Sayin because it was just so
Good.
perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, minus the one throw.
Perfect's not the word.
I'm really just every week now in the last 2 weeks we've seen just different things from him. Week one, it was like the poise and the calm and the ability to withstand a lot of pressure, and then week two, it's just like that dude just sits back there and throws darts. Speaking of darts, like
There's lawn darts.
he
Lawn
just,
darts.
he
There's
just puts,
lawn darts.
he just puts the ball where it has to be. And rewatching the game, the touchdown to Carnell. I mean, we talked about it on Snap Judgments after. I just think that type of throw, like it's kind of been taken for granted at Ohio State in the last decade or so
Yeah.
because the quarterback play has been so good. But that is not an easy play to make. I mean,
No.
you're at the 13-yard line. And you're throwing a ball into the front corner of the end zone, and it has to be 1 inch over the head of the defensive back who was in good position, and he puts it in a spot. And like Carnell Tate makes the play look routine, but that's a remarkably difficult play to perform the way Ohio State did. But Julian, like it's Grambling, so I'm trying not to like care that much or put that much stuff.
Yeah, but
into it.
the Texas game, he was on the money too.
He,
I mean, it's
should have
I
completed
don't think it's-
85% of his passes against Texas. If you remove the drops, give him the completions on the drops. He was 17-20 in that game, 18-19 in this one. It's pretty good for a
Pretty
guy
good start.
getting his feet wet in college football. I'm excited to see what he does against Ohio, but to me, he's the guy that deserves it. Obviously, breaking a school record with starting
crazy.
completions in the
In
game.
your second start.
So, again, it's what you come to expect at Ohio State out of the quarterback position. But this was not the player that we saw in practices in the spring and even in the first 3 practices of training camp. Like that, whatever happened after he was named the starting quarterback, like kudos to him and kudos to Ryan Day and Billy Fessler for finding a way to get Julian to be what he's being right now.
I think it's just fostering that confidence and figuring out what you like and getting comfortable with everything. And Justin knows you're in a position battle. Like you don't necessarily feel like you have the ownership and and not that like the term the pressure is a privilege, and you get that, but where like this is my job, I can go play free and cut it loose now, as opposed
A lot to be said for that.
worrying about if I this ball, I got to make this a perfect pass, because if it's not, I may be out the next series.
Or you know what? I'm not going to even throw that ball. I'm going to check it down because I just want to make the
Yes.
smart play
gotta have
here
a
because
completion.
I'm in this quarterback competition, so I'm not going to even try that. I'm just going to come here, and then he gets a couple of weeks of practice being named the starter. He comes into a big game and he looks pretty good. I mean, that confidence has just got to be through the roof for him. And then of course, he goes out on Saturday and he gains even more. But
Did you see when the stadium played like Maroon 5 and had a picture of the tweet about him? Last week after the Texas game, somebody tweeted that Julian Sayin looks like he listens to Maroon 5 during football games.
That's not.
I
You
didn't
know
see
what?
that.
That might be true.
And like that he's listening to it during the game. So they put up a picture and they were playing Maroon 5 with Julian's picture. Do you remember the meme of Michaela Maroney? Like Michaela's not impressed. Remember?
oh yeah, they're not impressed.
Yeah.
face.
The gymnast who's like
JC
Julian,
knows he's our pop culture.
Julian
expert.
always
I
has
know.
that
I know
face
that
on. Watch what I swear I after the game at halftime I have a bunch of pictures of Julian walking into the locker room and she's just like, who cares? Like it's not a who cares. It's a I just don't think anything's gonna fade. Like at what moment if the Texas game wasn't too big for a guy making his first start in college, like I don't think there's any reason to expect that any situation Ohio State runs itself into is going to be something that Julian isn't equipped to handle.
Yeah, and it's
Emotionally.
funny. Like that's, I questioned him about Johnny Utah over the summer and him knowing who he was. Like I've got a T-shirt that I got to get to him for that, just because he kind of has the Johnny Utah. I mean, if the shoe fits, you put it on. And he's got that Johnny Utah dude surfs. I mean, that's just what he is, and it's fine.
I mean, it
Robs
sounds
banks
cliche.
and all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, the
Saw him with this
wild card.
Wow,
I'm 2 for 2.
Jay-Z saw Point Break.
Yeah.
I'm 2 for 2 right now.
Saw him with that.
I had an Ohio State quarterback in it. You had to watch it.
It's weird. He
I
had
wonder-
this president's mask in his locker. I go, is that for the Halloween? He's like,
He
yeah,
goes down
sure.
to-
Why
yeah,
not?
Absolutely it is.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, where does it go from here, Justin?
Oh, golly.
We saw and heard Ohio State say we could have put more on his plate after Texas, and they did that on Saturday. And we can say it was Grambling, but we also made the point completing balls on air is also sometimes difficult at the speed that the game is played. Like, you did see another evolution in the passing attack, and that's only through 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, they feel really comfortable. They have to feel really comfortable with giving him whatever on the field. I think more of it is Brian Hartline and his play calling, going into each game, how they want to attack, what they want to do. I think, a game like last week, yes, we opened it up and we're throwing it downfield, but are we going to look like that every game?
It still wasn't that much. They only threw, I think it was four
I guess they just broke
4
yeah.
passes over 15
Yeah,
yards
they
in
still-
the air. So it's not like they were like just chucking all over the place, Julian. Like it was still pretty
fair enough.
conservative.
But
it was like, let's see what you can do. And I think most people expected Ohio State to come out and just run the ball because the running game looked a little bit off kilter against Texas, which is expected and normal. But then they come out and let Julian just
yeah, I mean,
all
I
over the place
I
in
expected
the
him to
first
come out and throw the ball just because what Ryan talked about after the Texas game, we could have put more on his plate. I think that means we want to see him just go out and throw. Now, maybe it wasn't the craziest route schemes and deep balls all over the place. It ended up happening that way and having some long ones, but I think they feel comfortable with him going downfield a little bit more, and it's just going to be how they go into each game wanting to do. I mean,
isn't a question after a game like this like how much can you really take from this game?
Yeah.
And like you can't just dismiss it. You can't say, well, you can't put any stock into any of this, but you also have to be careful not to put too much stock into things because like the Bo Jackson part of this conversation that now I think there's a large segment of the fan base that immediately after the game on Saturday is like, well, Bo Jackson needs to be the guy. And I'm like, well, maybe.
The guy. I mean, Bo Jackson
needs to be
maybe
a guy.
He needs to be involved, right?
get some reps. I mean, that one touchdown, I mean, I could have ran through that thing. I mean, there's
Well, his first
running
one,
downhill. Not the one that was like the
the one
25
that got-
yard.
yeah, he got called back. His second touchdown got called back.
Was that got called back?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much scoring that was going on.
yeah.
And
It all runs together.
It does. Like, I mean,
But he ran for over 100 yards on 9 carries, and he had the touchdown. I can understand the impulse. I feel the same thing. Like,
Well, it's like Bobby said earlier with Pettijohn. Like, you see him go out and ball out, and it's like, oh, we need to get him on the field. It's tough, though.
It may be slightly different because, CJ Donaldson, I think there's a high ceiling there. believe the same for James Peoples, but the first couple of weeks it just has looked at times a little bit disjointed, and that's the part where it becomes difficult. To Birm's point, like, does that second half against some of Grambling's backups elevate Bo Jackson?
Because James Peoples looked pretty good on Saturday too. He was hitting the hole decisively. They were letting him get outside. They were more on like a outside zone type stuff, and he looked good. But the question is, to me, and this is something I've been thinking about since Saturday. You have 9 carries,
48 hours.
You have 9 carries for Bo Jackson in that game. He's got 108 yards or 109 yards, and he fumbled in his last one. He fumbled it out.
Not technically, he stepped out of bounds. It was not a fumble.
If they would have
the
reviewed
ball
it,
came out of his hands.
If they would have reviewed it, it's clearly a fumble. Now the ball it didn't go out of the end zone. It still would have been Ohio State's ball because it went out of bounds at like the 1 yard line. But then he got pulled and he got a talking to on the sideline. The reason that we all believe and have heard throughout the years when Ohio State refuses or is slow to play freshman tailbacks, it's always because, well, they either have ball control issues or they don't pass pro, right?
Those are the two things that
pretty important.
The maturation process usually takes care of.
So what's the more important carry for Bo Jackson in that game? Is it the one where he fumbles out of bounds and gets pulled, or is it the one that
he got the most coaching?
Or does he have or is it the 50,
the coaches like seeing that because then they
50-yard run? Because I feel like Bo is going to actually gain a lot more from this game because he fumbled.
Oh yeah, it's a coachable moment. But does that? Here's the good news.
Does that matter in the big picture?
I think it does, but if you were playing Penn State next week, you might not be putting him in. Be like, hey, you gave him a shot. He carried it 9 times, and one of the times you put the ball on the turf.
Sure.
Made all the good things you did. And just like Julian going into Texas, it's not how well you played. It was going to be a function of what is your floor. And I think that's kind of the same thing where we can't put you out there. You may have 7 rushes for 50 yards, and then when we're right in the red zone or maybe coming out in like a critical situation, we put the ball on the ground. And that would cost us the game. So the good news is he has a couple more weeks to kind of build through that. You've got OU and then the bye.
Yep.
And then Washington.
Yep.
Washington. After that. So there is some room for them to be able to grow with this, which is good. And I think that's going to happen. I mean, I know Carlos Loughlin is very excited about what Bo Jackson can do, the ceiling of his ability.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, are we like Marv going up the stairs in Home Alone? We can't be going up there and then get hit in the face with the paint can and
step on a nail.
Step on a nail. Get oil dumped on you and the chicken walking around looking like a chicken. Like you can't have the downside of that to where that's the worry. So you've got to make sure it's not. When you have a team like this that's so good, it's not how good your best play is. It's literally what is your worst. Because when you have the ball or you're responsible, like if you're a left tackle and or a right tackle like Texas, and you block down on a 3-man rush, and that's the game.
Yeah,
that is the game. Like that. I mean, not that Texas. Like it would have been a tall task for them to still tie it and win it. Like that's literally
that could have been a first down though, right? Yeah. I mean,
and the coach is looking like, dude, what are we doing? Like either someone blew the protection of where they're supposed to set it and what they're doing, or he just blew his own assignment. It's like you can't have that where, hey, you're trying to run the clock out against Washington. Oh, Bo, you're doing great. 7 yards, 6 yards. Like, oh, ball popped out. And that may be the only fumble you have. And you can carry 20 times, have 4 touchdowns.
Just like Derrick Henry last night, right?
Yes.
It goes off, and then at the end of the game, ball pops out.
And that's what everybody remembers. Not the 109 yards you had in the first half.
Exactly, yeah.
On like 6 carries.
Yeah, I think Carlos Loughlin coaches everyone very aggressively and intensely, and
I like him.
But I do like that about him as well. But it just feels different when it's like, okay, you could have breezed past that if it had been Sam Dixon or maybe even Isaiah West. Like, all right, well, you weren't thinking maybe he was going to play against Ohio or against Washington. It felt like more intentional to me. Like, come over here right now, Bo. If you want to play against Ohio or if you want to play in a Big Ten game, that can't happen.
Yeah, and as a young player, like that's
got to be a soft batch cookie. We put you back in the oven.
As a young player, he
doesn't even eat cookies.
He accounted for like 70 yards on that drive.
I
and
know.
He gets down to the 2, and then like, sorry, you don't get to the reward. And that I
no
think
cookie.
I think there's a lot more value there for Bo in long term than like would have been there had he scored a second touchdown.
He just knows when you have possession of the football, it's not just yours. You have possession.
It's
You
the
are
the whole
programs.
team.
It's the
Yes.
teams. It is every
Teams
player
ball.
on offense. It's
Yeah.
all the guys on the sideline. It's the defensive guys that have to go back out there should you fumble. So, like, understanding the gravity of that. And when you're a guy that's always been the best and all these things and supremely talented like Bo Jackson, and I'm not saying he's some arrogant kid, but it's just hard to understand that because in high school, if you fumble, like, you're going to go back out there and then I'll just go run for a touchdown the next day.
You'll just go 80 yards on the next play.
You're playing Grambling in high school, so you can do that. You know,
What do you
where-
think of our nickname for him? It was
Bo?
submitted by a user. His name is obviously Lamar Bo Jackson, so we've taken to calling him Lambo.
I don't dislike that.
Pretty good one. It's a pretty good nickname.
I've heard worse.
I mean,
like it.
I think
Top end speed there for the Lambo.
Bo Jackson does. He looks the part, man.
Yeah.
Like, he
So the
he
first
looks
day I
the part.
watched him walk in, he was squatting. I thought it looked like Ricky Williams.
That's what Jeremiah was talking about working out with him.
over the summer.
Yeah,
He's
over the
very
summer. He's like,
physically
this
gifted.
guy's gonna be, one of the next great ones to come through here. And he definitely had flashes of that Saturday.
Well, we'll see if he's got a chance to play on Saturday against the Ohio Bobcats. Birm, when you start thinking about this one, and I know you spent the last 48 hours
How
Yeah,
worried
breaking
are
down
you on this one?
Grambling.
Yeah, I was thinking about Grambling.
What's going to be the key to this matchup on Saturday night against the Bobcats?
just coming out and not playing with your food?
Not looking like
You know?
Rutgers.
No, I just think that you got to make sure you come out and stay sharp in that first 15 minutes. Like, make sure that all the things you did on Saturday. That Saturday's a game that would have been very easy to have a letdown, and Ohio State did not have it even for a second. And so, just don't do that. Don't play with your food. Ohio is going to come in feeling some confidence. Even though,
Kidding me? I mean, if I
They're
was
gonna be feeling really good right now.
if they would have beat Rutgers, I think they'd be the only team in college football that has two
power
Power four wins, yeah.
wins right
But
now.
I think it really just is a matter of making sure that you don't give them a chance to feel like they
Yeah.
belong in the game. You're the one who told me before. I didn't really watch much of the Ohio and West Virginia game, but Parker Navarro threw 3 interceptions in that game, and
Second half, yeah.
And they
and they still won.
Still won.
because
Their
West
defense came
Virginia
out
is really
strong.
bad. West Virginia's bad.
I
And-
think it's a function of OU's probably a little better than what people were
They did
expecting.
win the MAC a year ago. This is not like a terrible team.
But what's remarkable is I joke, and I was just talking about this in the NIL era. You win your conference,
You
It's
don't
almost-
want to win the match.
yeah,
then you
'cause
lose all your
because then they're like, oh,
Yeah.
here you go. Like Will Kazmarek would be the best player on one of the best players on OU's offense. Now, granted, he took him 5.5 seconds to run a 40-yard touchdown, and I joke with Will about that. He's a great kid, young man.
Nobody closed the gap on him, though.
But they didn't. But like those guys are other places. Like OU still had 5 or 6 guys poached from the portal, and then they're going out there and literally watching Parker Navarro run around. I'm like, Rutgers guys are not catching him.
Yeah.
How is this physically
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, we'll see. West Virginia, I thought they were better than Rutgers. Obviously, maybe Peden Stadium at night. The Fangs come out. Jay-Z's been down there for it. I was amazed that Athens was still. I thought it may have been erased from my Google Maps. I thought it may have been at like Atlanta with
It's
Shirley. They just literally
Just
burned
grazed to
all-
the ground.
They just
Burns down.
burned it down,
Yeah,
man.
Burn this place down.
Huh? I mean,
just-
kudos to them for a big win.
That's it.
You can't take that away.
No.
Bottom
they-
line, go out, be physical
Yeah.
early. Make sure that they don't start to feel like any kind of way that they belong on the field. And Ohio State is pretty. Ryan Day in his tenure, like this has not been an issue for Ohio State. There's never been a game against a team like that where you're
Ryan doesn't play with his
Yeah.
food.
so
No,
never has.
he
Go out
does
there
not.
His mom, his mom said he didn't. That wasn't his thing.
Not allowed.
No.
Yeah.
He's got a healthy appetite.
Healthy appetite.
Healthy appetite. He's got
a
a
growing boy with a healthy appetite.
All right, so what's the score going to be, Justin?
Oh, I think the score is going to be 56-3.
So here you go.
60.
Is your sister gonna wear her Bobcat attire?
No.
The point spread as of Monday for this game was 33.5
I was amazed that it was that high.
with a 50
I actually
I
thought
would-
that too.
with a
but-
53.5 total. So
oh goodness,
you're
I'm way over there.
you got Ohio State.
Well, Nicole got me all excited with her 49-10. I'm like, we're just gonna keep rolling.
I think they probably will
Rutgers
keep
and
going.
West Virginia are probably pretty bad. We'd beat them pretty solidly. I feel
49-10 is a pretty good score, I think.
Are you stealing Nicole's score?
I might because I think that's a pretty.
I think their quarterback.
I think that's
I
about
think they
where
get a
it's gonna
touchdown. I think he's shifty enough, and he's going to do something where they'll get a score. At
At
some
least
point in
they'll
time.
get down there. If this
Yeah.
isn't gonna, you're not getting blanked. I would say it's 33.5.
33.5.
I'll say 45, 45-7.
Yeah, I mean 45-10 is a cover and over. So
Wait, what'd you say the
I
line
thought you
is?
said it was like
33 and a half.
It's 53.5 over under, 33.5 in the
So
spread.
42 to 10
He's-
by my hill.
I know. I'm saying in my
Oh.
mind 45 to 10.
Oh yeah, 45. Okay.
45 to 10.
Wheels are spinning over here.
If you carry the one,
45 to 10 ish.
it's got to be your bull.
That's where I'm going to be in that range. 45 to 10. Give me maybe 48 to 10. Buckeyes are going to get a field goal.
What a segment
2 field goals.
we've got going here. 52 to 3, I believe. Ohio State won. I need to see a field goal. It's time.
Yeah.
Jaden Fielding won the battle, and it wasn't necessary. But at some point, they're going to have to kick a field goal.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
have to do
think
it
so?
against Texas. Didn't have to do it, obviously, against Grambling. Let's just get some practice, Kick
Something.
one.
Well, he looked better than Grambling's field goal kicker.
I sure
Look better than
expect
the
so.
Browns field goal kicker.
It's the same guy.
Thanks to the Browns, though, for missing those field goals. That made for a
Ugh.
much easier Sunday.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, that's right.
We'll see how it goes.
Boy, Zach Taylor stinks. My gosh.
I mean, the Browns aren't.
We're all the way back. One NFL game.
He stinks.
Berm's ready for Zach Taylor to get out of there.
I think the Bengals had 7 penalties on the Browns opening drive of the game. I'm like, what is going on here?
At least you didn't start the second half of the show talking about the Bengals. But I imagine that would have been very different if the Browns
so
could make
annoying.
one field goal,
They're so
which they didn't. We'll see
They
what
did not.
Ohio State can do on Saturday. It is prime time at the Horseshoe under the lights. Can't wait to be back in there for game number 3 for the Buckeyes, and then we'll be back here next Monday for another live show at Roosters.
I bet the tailgating scene will be live for this game.
I think it's going to
gonna
be
be.
It should be a good night. I mean, weather is going to be
Weather should be
perfect. It's going to
perfect.
be
A lot of the Bobcats traversing up here.
a lot of
They like
a
a lot
A
of
lot
them
of them live here.
Yeah.
a lot of them
They
are
like-
Buckeyes fans.
a lot
they
of
like
their
the party.
a lot
Yeah,
of
they
their
like the party.
products of their journalism school work and cover Ohio State, so the press box is even going to be electric. Can't wait for
no
that.
cheering in the press box, Spencer.
Yes, calm down, Holbrook. Anyway, we'll be back here next Monday for the live show at Roosters, brought to you by Tansky Powersports. Looking forward to that. Thanks to Nicole Cox and the team here on Henderson Road. Thanks to Jay-Z, Bob, and Birm. I am Austin. Enjoy the week. We'll see you next time.